Hello everybody, my name is Idit Shner. I'm Professor of Saxophone and Jazz Studies at the University of Oregon School of Music and Dance, and today we're going to all be playing for you the OMEA 2024 solo excerpts for alto saxophone. I'm going to start by playing the chromatic scale, but after we're going to have selected people from the studio joining us and demonstrating. So I'm going to tune up and I'm going to play for you the scale. Oops, I'm a little sharp. Hold on. All right, chromatic scale. Always practice the chromatic scale with a metronome. Start slowly to make sure you don't have any finger lifts that are rushing. And I'm not a particular fan of side C. I like to use regular C, even in the context of this chromatic scale. All right, moving on, Fairling. For the Fairling etude, we have Alex Kivett, who is a junior music education major. Alex, would you mind playing this etude for us twice? One time at a very slow, calm, collected speed, and one time fast. So this is the calm and collected version. Okay, so for the preparation process, we're going to start really slow and play this with the metronome. You might even need to have the metronome on the eighth note pulse rather than the quarter pulse. That's totally fine. Places that are going to rush, places where we put our fingers down and that are easy, like in our second to the last system. Places that are going to drag, right? Right? So we want to get to the middle ground. We want the places that are going to rush, not to rush, and the places that are going to drag, not to drag. Our octave leaps in the last system are going to be our test measure for the tempo in which we will take the entire piece. So let's find out what tempo we're going to play this in. So I'm going to use the tap function in total energy, and Alex is going to play for us the penultimate measure, and we're going to see what tempo you're at.
So starting.
That one. Cool. Again. Okay. Let's see what happens. That collected 170. Now we're going to back down from that to about 155, 156. And let's see if that's a reasonable tempo. Go ahead and play that measure again. Okay. Does that feel comfortable on the tongue and on the fingers? Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we're going to hear another complete run through at 156. Junior performance major Nick Graham is going to play the Glazana for us. Go ahead, Nick. All right, that was really beautiful. Like a romantic concerto that this is, we would like the pulse to be a little flexible, and we would like for the whole thing to be just a hair faster. When we get busy with all the notes and when we change keys, the pulse can slow down, but over here, when we get to the apex of the piece in high E flat, push the tempo. When you listen to this and you're playing along with Nick, I want you to notice when Nick is playing with vibrato and when he's playing with straight tone. So notice that every time that Nick has a sustained note, that especially in the upper register, his vibrato is quite fast. And when the vibrated note is in the staff, the vibrato is a little slower, but there's pretty much vibrato everywhere. Go ahead, Nick. Just a little faster. Last thing I'm going to ask you to do is to share with everyone the 2 corrective fingerings you're using in this passage. So show everyone what kind of E you're playing at measure 18 and what kind of E you're playing at the very, very end.
Yeah, so for my horn in particular, I play this E in measure 16 using palm D and then this top side key. It makes it a little bit flatter since it's a sharp note on my horn. And that brings the pitch down and works really nicely because that's the major third of the tonality at that point in the piece. And then at the end, kind of the same thing. If your horn has an F sharp key, I'm using that key, this top one again, and then the middle palm key. And that'll play a nice, thin, and also lowered version of E since it's really quiet.
All right. Thank you very much, Nick.
Thank you.
All right. Bonus track. I'm joined by multiple woodwinds master's student who recently graduated, Russell Sweet. Russell is going to play for us Molly on the Shore. Would you mind, after playing a tuning note, playing the excerpt for us twice? One time at a moderate tempo so people can practice along, and one time as fast as you want.
Sure.
want you to notice that our excerpt is in B flat major, so Russell is using this B flat rather than side, and whenever we have the quick motion of B flat, C, B flat, Russell is holding down this, and he's flicking his side C, and that's going to pay off big time when we want to go fast. Go ahead. All right, thanks, Russell. Parting thoughts for the Alto edition. So here I am at my house because I forgot to record this earlier. So better late than never, right? So for the Alto edition, always practice with a metronome, always practice with a drone. When you record your excerpts, use a full airstream and full tone. You're better off putting your recording device 2 feet away and not worry about peaking or distorting the sound and actually playing loud when you need to, rather than making your tone smaller and smaller and smaller in order to not distort the recording. So always play with a beautiful full sound. If you have any questions about what you heard today and what you've seen today, what you observed, please shoot me an email at ishner@uoregon.edu and follow us on Instagram at UO Saxophone Studio. All right? Have a great summer and go practice.